You're listening to the Average Joe Movie Show, where average Joes review the latest DVDs that have come out as if anyone cared about their opinion. This show is brought to you by the FSA Stock Exchange, where you can buy and sell your favorite movies, actors, athletes, musicians, and more. Visit www.fsastockexchange.com and sign up for a free account.
Okay, welcome to the Average Joe Movie Show. I'm the host for this episode, Brandon. Let's introduce the other guys.
Jeremy,
Justin,
Zach.
Thanks, guys. Glad to have you here.
we should mention we are short a member of the crew.
Oh, yeah.
In these last few episodes,
He's not just out here.
Yeah. You would have heard some demeaning comments or something from the outskirts if you had been here.
Right.
So
We should have
Matt is out of
assigned
town.
someone to play Matt at least.
A couple comments were.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good
Give it
point.
some
To
time.
contribute.
Maybe this one.
Each of us needs
3
to
out
get
of
a
5.
cardboard cutout of ourselves so that when we're missing,
Set it in the village.
yes.
Okay.
And with Matt, you make a couple snide comments.
If we start making some advertising budget, let's
Yeah,
look
there you
into
go.
that.
Okay.
3 out of 5. Matt's here. We're good.
His cardboard cutout would just be.
Unless we all liked it. Unless we all hated it.
Right. Yeah.
We hated
And then you'd be the opposite.
And then it's
Best
what,
movie
you guys
ever.
didn't understand it? It was
You guys are
fantastic.
subpar. You guys would get it.
Sorry, Matt. Don't watch this episode.
Okay, this episode was just to talk about Matt. We're back. So I'd like to welcome y'all here. I'm excited about this episode. We're going to talk about...
I'm excited too.
I'm even more excited now.
Wow.
Did you feel welcome?
I feel underprepared. for
I
this episode.
wasn't excited until he said, "I hope you're excited," and then I went, "I really am.
I feel so
I
welcome.
really am."
And now you're pushing it off with my discussion, though.
Oh,
We're
sorry.
leading into
Harry.
Harry Potter, the Sorcerer's Stone.
Yes.
I think that's what it's called. I can't remember exactly, but it's
Podcast.
about the Sorcerer's Stone.
Unless you're in England, it would be the Philosopher's Stone.
Is
Just a
it?
little known.
Is it really?
Yeah.
It's a
Interesting.
different book,
Yeah.
too. Some of the language is different.
Yeah, it is.
Huh.
It's the same book.
They changed stuff for the
But
English
just
American
title.
version, yeah.
Interesting.
And there is some stuff different. So
Yeah.
that they Americanized
That's
it.
interesting because it's a book about English people.
So did they Americanize it or did they Englishize it?
They
Americanized
Americanized it since she's an English author.
So it was originally written in the Queen's English.
Well, she just, some of the things, and I've never read the British version, but some of the
Like Harry got
intricacies
locked in the loo.
are more,
Harry got
I
locked in the loo.
don't know if it's language type things or things that maybe we just
Right.
wouldn't recognize.
I didn't know that it was written though
Yeah, that's what I
for
heard.
the mother country first.
Some of the
Don't follow
lists,
that. It's not like Germany.
yeah.
Oh. Okay.
I used to visit a person over there, a friend, that
Nazi?
she has
You don't have
both
to talk
sets of
about it
books.
if you don't want to.
I can't think of her name, but she has both sets of
She's
books.
a really good friend. Best friend
Well, I
ever.
didn't say good friend.
BFFs, man.
Right.
BFFs.
Acquaintance.
Okay.
She had both sets of books.
Okay.
Shared some of that, but
Wow.
okay. So anyway,
Wow.
so here we are. We're back on track. We're going to talk
That
about
was trivia. Good trivia.
Yeah.
Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. And quick rundown: if you have not seen the movie, Harry. This is Harry at I don't know at the age. He's very young.
11.
Not when he
Ish.
starts, he's 10.
Like and a half.
So he's a young.
Great.
I'm sorry.
No, this is good.
Please,
This is good.
please.
So he's very young, 10 and a half.
Okay.
If you're unfamiliar, he doesn't know he has magical powers at this point. He
All I
doesn't know
know is he
anything about
lives
the
with, like,
wizarding
some-
world.
Step parents or something?
His aunt and uncle.
Oh, okay.
But he is unaware of any sort of magic. He is just living
Just a kid.
sort of a crappy life, right?
Yeah.
And it's okay, but
Which blows.
it's not great. It's pretty terrible.
Yeah.
With his aunt
He
and
lives
uncle
under
that
the
don't really
stairs.
like
They lock
him.
him under the stairs.
Lock him in the loo. Right.
Not the loo,
Not the loo.
under the stairs.
Come on.
So, right, he slowly, this is kind of we're getting to know him and his situation, and then also that there's this whole wizard world that he's unaware of, and we're kind of learning it with him and getting to know, I would say, all the aspects of Harry Potter world. I don't know what else you'd call the wizard world.
Hogwarts.
That's the school.
So does he immediately,
Involved.
like when the movie starts, does he immediately go to this wizard world? Or is
No.
there like a lot in the normal world?
There's not a lot. There's a
Doesn't
little
the
bit
train
of
come back
background
around
in the
story.
movie. Oh yeah.
Like the Polar
The-
Express.
this book.
Just to get into it.
You know,
That's exactly
the funny thing
Tom
is,
Hanks and the Polar Express pull up. and pick him up.
Give him a gold ticket. Punch out magic in his ticket.
And he meets Tom Hanks in 4 or 5 different.
Interesting,
spots.
because honestly, I have recorded them on my DVR because they're on like TBS all the time or US or whatever, and I've recorded all of them, saying to myself, I'm gonna sit down and watch these, and I have yet to do it. And then I delete them off, and I'm like, I should watch this. So I record them again, and then I'm like, I'm never gonna watch these. Delete them off.
I gotta say, I'm a closet Harry Potter fan. We got into them.
Well, you're not now. You've come out of the closet.
Come out of the closet now.
Yeah.
So that's what I was going to get into, and so just really to get into the discussion, I remember watching I think first, and then I read the books, and except for the first one, I read all of the books before I watched the movie. The first one I'd seen the movie first, and now that I hadn't watched the first one for a while, at least not all the way through, and we started watching it again, so I watched it this week. And I couldn't believe now seeing these kids grow up, and that I think they've become at least adequate actors. Pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They weren't very good in the first one. There is a lot of stuff in there that I go back. Having watched it, I was shocked that.
I'll tell you, it's worth seeing. So I should probably re-record them again for like a 4th time.
Have your kids read or watched them at all?
No one in my family, well, in my immediate household, has read the book or seen the movie.
I'm telling you, you may. I can't remember how old your kids are, but you may want to make it a family affair. Like it's a cool
3, 6, and 8.
So maybe 8.
Yeah, as I said, my 3-year-old
liked the movie, right?
She liked the movie.
I'm just saying that by the time you get to 7, it gets pretty dark.
Yes.
Right. So they kind of have to grow with the kids, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, you might consider it. Get the audiobooks or read it to them out loud, do whatever. But like,
we're
you have
trying
to
to
know how
see.
to read first, though, and I'm still working on the
audiobooks.
Okay.
Well, I don't know how far we'll let the kids watch. We're
in the series.
Yeah, as we watch them again.
Yeah.
They haven't seen them, so now they start to get scarier and darker. And
yeah.
We'll see. But they're fun. I was just going back to the first one since that's when I watched. I thought I was surprised that Emma Watson is actually very annoying in it.
Yeah. But she's good.
Really
she was annoying in the
so
book,
her character.
Yeah, and that's true.
Yeah.
And maybe that.
She's a little know-it-all.
Yeah,
I
she's
think
more
we all went
impressive.
to school with a girl like that.
She over.
I actually went to high school with Emma Watson.
Yeah, that's true. They were all at his high school, right?
Yeah.
Every A-list actors.
And how does she not use her Park City accent?
Wondered
There's
that.
no such thing.
Whatever.
Park City accent.
Sure there is. It's like this. Look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me.
I can ski.
She did end up going to Yale
Brown.
for a while and then dropped
So
out.
here's
Any other thoughts on Harry Potter? The first episode.
I'll have to check them out. I've got many people that have said check them out.
It's good.
You've
They get better.
said again.
yeah.
they get better from the
Don't get
first
turned
one.
off by the first one.
Okay. Make it through the first.
But invest in the first ones
Right.
because
So you
it
know
does
the
kind of build.
Okay.
Because
All right.
that's true. They all build off each other. And the first one, then you can go back and see it like I did and think, wow.
That one wasn't as good as the rest of them.
They were learning.
7 part 1 is boring.
7.1.
Yeah, it's
Anyway, sorry.
Agreed.
7.1.
Yeah.
or 0.8
It's
or
like version
version A.
Or 2 of them. Okay. Thanks for joining us for the Average Joe Movie Show. We had a good time, I hope.
I was excited to be
I
here.
thoroughly enjoyed myself.
Thanks for your
I was
participation.
excited to be here.
Check us out on Facebook. Please leave your comments, any suggestions. We like to hear feedback.
Which do you like better, the 1 camera or 2 camera shoot?
Please let us know.
And I'm still up with the idea of throwing a trivia question. Put a couple in there, and we'll try and come back with an answer.
Boom.
I like that.
Bada
So
bing, bong, bang.
if there's
We'll
a
all
trivia
guess.
thing,
None of us will look up the answer. We'll all guess on the answer,
and then boom,
and
find
then
it out.
people vote on which it'll be like Yahoo Answers.
Who's the closest?
Right.
Who has the best
You vote.
answer?
It's the worst idea ever. But anyway, we'll do it.
Hey, why don't let's try? I'm willing to try anything.
It's good enough
We
for
can't come
Yahoo.
up with our own ideas, so why does somebody else?
Terrible ideas. Okay, good. All right, thanks. See you next time.
Bye.